in math, English, chemistry, biology, IT, start international course in practical, geriatric and pediatric nursing, phlebotomy, plumbing, early childhood education and more. Register this week and win yourself a course or subjects for free. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, Ocho-Rios and St. Elizabeth. Call us at 356-4167.
Welcome back. In a bid to foster a more peaceful environment for our nation's youth, the Ministry of Education, Youth, Skills and Information has partnered with the United Nations Development Programme, the UNDP, in reducing small arms light weapons in Jamaica in a joint program called Salient Jamaica. Director of Safety Security in Schools for the Ministry of Education, Richard Troop, tells us more about the initiative.
The Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information, as do all well-thinking Jamaicans, are very concerned about the incidents of violence in Jamaica, especially gun-related violence. We're very concerned about the proliferation of small arms in this country and the vulnerability for our nation's children and our education system to be so negatively impacted by this reality. And so this particular program thought to provide an opportunity where critical stakeholders, would work together to treat with this particular matter. As a Ministry of Education, we benefited in three ways. On the one hand, it facilitated the development of a protocol to address firearm incidents in school. We want to prevent, we want to manage, and we want to know how to respond to firearm-related incident. This Salient 2 project facilitated.
Representatives of the People's National Party are again sounding the alarm over alleged educational inequities. MP aspirant Stacey Knight says it's a, quote, misalignment of thought for students with low performance at the primary levels to excel at higher education. While the PNP is calling for an overhaul of the education system to develop teacher training and improve resources for better learning outcomes. Here's Courtney Lewis.
MP aspirant for St. Andrew Northeastern, Stacey Knight, is calling for a swift address to perceived inequities in education. The educator and attorney, while speaking at a forum at the Shortwood Teachers College recently, said a complete restructuring of the education system to focus on early education and special needs is necessary to end, as she describes it, educational apartheid.
Where there is one system for the haves and another for the have-nots, where those who are able to pay for education are guaranteed quality, excellent education, because we do have excellent education being delivered in many schools in Jamaica. But there are those other schools that are under-resourced, understaffed, and unable to deliver that same quality education.
She says cultural ideas of education deter boys from engaging in school, and as girls continue to outperform boys academically, Knight insists teaching should be tailored to students' needs.
Apart from STEM or STEAM or reading, writing, and arithmetic, one of the things that we need to look at is social and emotional learning. That is where the type of cultural change that we need to be inspiring will take place, the social and emotional learning.
But gender and economic disparities are not the only concern, as Knight spotlighted a lack of resources for students with physical and intellectual challenges.
There are no ramps. Sometimes there are steps to go into a classroom and they just simply can't get there. And then there's a blockage also for persons who have intellectual disabilities and sometimes behavioral problems, because they are shut out of the classroom. Teachers are unable to cope with them, put them into the corner, or just give them some menial work to do, because the teachers are not resourced or trained to deal with our children, our learners with special needs.
She was joined by the PNP spokesperson on education, Senator Damian Crawford, who believes increased budgetary support is critical to closing these long-standing gaps.
If you look at the budget for education, 82% is to paying teachers. So very few of us would have accepted that for the Ministry of Security if 82% was to pay the police. and they get no weapons, they get no vehicle, they get none. We wouldn't have accepted that. We wouldn't have accepted in the Ministry of Works if 82% was to pay the staff. And we don't get the roads fixed. But in the Ministry of Education, we have accepted that the vast majority of the money is to pay the teachers.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
Water Minister Matthew Samuda has shut down rumors linking safety concerns over National Water Commission water to dissatisfied maintenance workers, insisting the two are not linked and the water is safe. He also urged affected staff to let the reclassification exercise conclude rather than taking matters into their own hands. Water Minister Matthew Samuda says he's learned of some resistance among a few members of the National Water Commission, NWC, who felt they were wrongly placed in the government's latest reclassification exercise. He, however, reminds the process is ongoing, adding these concerns have also been noted.
I am aware of disruption in the maintenance department at the National Water Commission, but I want to assure the public that this is not sanctioned industrial action. We've worked very hard over the last 4 years to bring industrial harmony to the National Water Commission. I've spoken with the heads of unions. I have gotten direct feedback as to what the issues are. I understand that this is a small group of employees who are particularly upset about the band that they have been placed in post reclassification exercise. I would say to them that the process is ongoing, a process that was signed off on with the unions, with the Board of the Water Commission, with the Ministry of Finance, after we received what's dubbed the McAnuff report. The McAnuff report was a report I commissioned after the strike of 2022, where we said there was obviously industrial disharmony and we needed a roadmap to fixing same.
The minister is urging those so moved to allow the process to work, as he maintains the action taken now is not in good order and is in breach of their employment rules. He hopes good sense will prevail, bringing the disruption to an end.
The reclassification exercise, we're not perfect, saw the wage bill at the Water Commission increasing by over $400 million monthly, meaning we pay over in excess of 10% of total revenue as increases in staff costs to our hard-working men and women of the Water Commission. So I don't want the impression in the public to be that we are not working with our employees. In fact, we are working very hard to ensure that there is indeed industrial harm. And this is an unfortunate incident, and we encourage those involved to work through the process. As a process exists, a process is working and was agreed on by all stakeholders.
And as for what he deemed an attempt at political mischief over the matter and claims of unsafe water, he offered a jug of clarity.
I have heard rumors where persons were saying, well, if the maintenance team is not working, what of the water quality? That's not the unit that deals with water production. There's actually a water production unit where there is no industrial disharmony. So I assure the public, as we have done in the past, National Water Commission water is indeed safe for drinking, and we encourage you to enjoy your Water Commission water.
We take a break. Stay with us.
The Time is brought to you by Ford Territory.
Welcome back. In recognition of Earth Day, First Global Bank and the Development Bank of Jamaica have launched the Go Green Energy Loan to help local businesses and households cut energy costs and go renewable. The initiative offers energy audit grants up to 200,000 Jamaican dollars and financing up to $400 million for commercial clients. Homeowners can also access up to $5 million for green upgrades. The banks promise fast processing and hands-on support for clients.
If you're thinking about operating in the business space, you want to think of, the business existing for a very long time. The loan financing option allows you to tap into that by using one of our natural resources, sun. Mm-hmm. When you look at typical business, look on their financials, one of the things that you look at is the high energy cost.
Yes.
So we are looking at providing the solution to see how it is that you can now tap into an element that is out there to be able to convert and to reduce that sort of expense that you have on a monthly basis. So it really is a very, impactful product that we have designed, and definitely timely, because businesses have been asking us for it.
In international news, Pope Francis, the first Latin American leader of the Roman Catholic Church, died on Monday at the age of 88. His passing has triggered a mourning period steeped in centuries-old traditions and set in motion the process to elect a new pope. A conclave is expected within 15 to 20 days. More from the BBC.
Well, our religion editor Lee McBall looks back at Pope Francis's life.
To the end, there for those he felt most connected with, greeting the masses on Easter Sunday, his last public act. Always a pope devoted to his work, finding it difficult to rest even when told he had to. Recently meeting the king after his 5-week stay in hospital, and yesterday, the US Vice President. His surprise election in 2013 would mark a more radical break with the past than many expected. Jorge Bergoglio did have Italian roots, but was born in Argentina. While studying for priesthood, he worked briefly as a nightclub bouncer. While many fellow Jesuits were jailed and tortured during Argentina's military dictatorship, he rose to become Archbishop of Buenos Aires, some accusing him of forging too close a relationship with the regime. As Pope, he greeted his flock having taken the name of a saint who championed the cause of the poor. Francis signalled that his pontificate would be rooted not in Rome, but in the lives of believers around the world.
Sports is next.
We love our country. Like you, we take pride in building Jamaica. The resilience of our people is cemented in our products, built to last for generations. Laying the foundation for thriving communities, we're committed to excellence and quality. Quality products, quality relationships. We're all proud Jamaicans, working hard, doing good, building a sustainable future for all. That same unbeatable spirit runs through us. We are made of Jamaica.
Get tiles and get creative with your floors, walls, and all the spaces in between. Our knowledgeable sales consultants are happy to help create your beautiful finish with the latest designs in first quality porcelain, wood look, vinyl, mosaics, natural stones, and countertops. At Creative, you will get every tile you need for your residential or commercial projects. Creative Building Finishes, your one-stop shop for everything tiles. Visit our showroom at 5 Red Hills Road or call 876-929-5553. Get tiles, get creative.
Surprise! I have your favorite. Come, hurry, quick. Hey! How you doing?
Babe, I'm a pure ginger beer. What do you mean?
Boss, me only come here for one thing.
No!
After all them years, you give me pure ginger beer.